We're making no apologies. That's it, umhlaba mawuhlulwe, so that our people can have access to the land.
Life is difficult, but you must soldier on. Don't give up. If you are a coward, you don't belong here.
Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Welcome to Simple Politics. So today, I want us to look at the possibilities or what we think is going to happen. So Floyd Shivambu this morning released a statement saying that he is going to have a press briefing tomorrow. So I want us to look at a few things on this statement that he has released as Floyd Shivambu. In fact, before we get to the actual statement that he's released, I want us to read it, what he wrote. He says that, hey, this is interesting, okay? This is very interesting. Bear with me. He says tomorrow, on Thursday, the 19th of June, 2025, we have a press conference to speak about political developments in South Africa. Now, political developments in Floyd's, I would think, related would be his politics his role in MK Party. Of course, he's gonna tell us what's gonna happen, especially after Jacob Zuma has come out guns blazing or swinging. We don't care. We're not gonna beg anyone. So his developments, because the last time we heard anything that's got to do with him in Umkhonto weSizwe was him. We were told that he's going to Parliament. There has not been any communication that he's no longer going to Parliament anymore. You know, there are changes. You know, like we were not told anything. So I think it's very important for him to address that. I think it's very important for him to address that, okay, maybe I'm no longer going to Parliament, or this is my relationship with Umkhonto weSizwe, because there's also a lot of things that are said about him, that he udle imali, 2.8 million. There's a lot of things that are spoken about him. So I think it's also very important. You see, if you're a public figure, reputation is very important. You might say you're not going to answer everything that is being said about you. It's very important to counteract negative things spoken about you, negative publicity. It's important for you to share your side of the story. It's very important. So hopefully he's going to dive in deep and share some things, especially if he's leaving MK. I think it's going to give him a chance to share also about the Malawi trip. You know, I think it will give him freedom to express himself. No, they are lying here. I didn't do this. I didn't do that. And knowing how salty Floyd is, he might. Maybe he might not, because Floyd has got this thing also of wanting to act all cool and calm and being the innocent guy. So I don't know, maybe he might play that card as well, where he's just going to be the innocent guy. He's going to play victim. So maybe he might not say anything about that. He might just say he's leaving Umkhonto without explaining anything, but we don't know. Let's read this thing that he wrote here. Let's just continue reading. He says, okay, so tomorrow he wants to speak about, he says we want to speak about political developments in South Africa. Those who have worked with us know that the guiding dictum and principle is guided by Amelka Cabral, who says, hide nothing from the masses of our people, tell no lies, expose lies whenever they are told, mask no difficulties, mistake failures, claim no easy victories. Again, you know, we don't know. Then he says, Apezants, it is in our DNA to speak the truth because it's revolutionary. Now the question says, will he speak the truth or not? We shall find out tomorrow. Inshallah, we shall find out tomorrow. There's also a very important part that I think we must not leave out. It's when Floyd left the EFF, he became friends with Ndlozi. He remained friends with Dr. Ndlozi. I mean, we've heard Ndlozi when he earlier left the EFF earlier this year, he spoke very well of Floyd Shivambu. He spoke of him as being his brother. He spoke of him as being, it was not his place as Dr. Ndlozi to gossip and go against Shivambu's back. That's what he said. And we've seen in the few months where Shivambu and Ndlozi, there were pictures of them. Even Floyd continuously speaking well about Dr. Ndlozi, Dr. Ndlozi's achievements. When he started the radio, Floyd was reposting and supporting Dr. Ndlozi. Now, little on this new adventure that Floyd is taking, on this new adventure, do we believe that he'll be joining and starting with the Dr. Ndlozi? And I think no. I think not. Because I believe that the relationship between Floyd Shivambu and Dr. Ndlozi, it's no longer the same. I believe that something happened there that broke that relationship. I'm not sure what, but they are no longer, I don't think they get along anymore. And also when Dr. Ndlozi went to Malawi, remember Dr. Ndlozi was the first one to go to Malawi. He spoke very badly about Bushiru. Bushiru even spoke back in Iowa, like social media posts. And just a few days after Dr. Ndlozi came back, Floyd Shivambu flew to Malawi. And when he got there, he started defending Bushiru. For me, something there between Dr. Ndlozi and Dr. Ndlozi and Floyd, it's no longer the same. So whatever Floyd does in future, we will never see Dr. Ndlozi next to him. I don't think so. I don't see their relationship anymore. I think it's over for them. Their relationship is over. Something happened there. It's either Dr. Ndlozi got to realize that Floyd played him. It's really either he got to see that he was played, or maybe I'm also believing that Floyd, when he went to join MK, he promised them that he was going to bring Dr. Ndlozi. Because for the longest time, MK kept on saying they are going to bring breaking news. For the longest time, they kept on saying they are going to bring breaking news. Dr. Ndlozi is joining them. They were supposed to even announce them on their first anniversary. Umar Zoman kept on posting saying they are going to announce Dr. Ndlozi. Like, for the longest time, we thought Ndlozi was going to join them, until he went to do consultations. Then he decided to go to radio. Yeah, well, I think that broke their relationship. I think that was part of Floyd's promises. And knowing how Floyd is, I think that was part of his promises. And it just did not work out. So, but again, you never know. But I don't think so. I don't think Rosi wants to be associated with Floyd in any way anymore. So, let's get to the media invitation. Okay, so firstly, when you look at this media invitation that Floyd posted, it's very clear, very, very clear. There is no letterhead of any organization. If you belong to an organization, when you release a statement, you put a letterhead. There is no letterhead for any organization. That is a big red flag. So he's calling this a press conference in his personal capacity. That's what he's saying. And okay, let's first read, because there's something actually interesting that I saw on this media statement. He's got people there at the bottom, like he's got Forum Zegelo, he's got for media confirmations or inquiries, please contact Unolbabalo Mqinga. Nansi Nambu Unombabalo is an ex-member of the EFF, which I'm going to try and attach you on the screen. Umpumi, media liaison. So it's like he's got a team. He's got a team for this press briefing. If you have a team, you are definitely announcing something. The team yabantu itatapi. Just for him to announce that I'm resigning, he needs a team. Definitely not. There's something more going on. Okay, but I want us to read what he wrote. So he says, press conference addressed by former MK Secretary General Floyd Shivambu. Members of the media are invited to attend the press conference to be addressed by former Secretary of Umkhonto weSizwe, Floyd Shivambu. The briefing will focus on critical national matters currently confronting South Africa. The media briefing is at 12 tomorrow, so we'll definitely, of course, be watching that. Now, I want us to just look at Floyd's profile. He posted something yesterday, which I think was very interesting. He posted something yesterday, and then he posted another thing. So I want us to just look at Floyd's tweets, the last tweets of him, because they've been very, very, very interesting, by the way. I even had to Google something that was said. I was like, hey, man, what does this mean? Let's get right into it. So Floyd posted this picture. I'm going to attach for you his tweets. He posted this one. It says, if you tremble with indignation at every injustice, then you are a comrade of mine. Okay. Indignation, I Googled yesterday because I wanted to be sure, but it says if anger or annoyance provoked unfair treatment. So what he's saying is, if you tremble with every unfair treatment or being provoked at every injustice, then you are a comrade of mine. Then he posted another thing which says, he retweeted this one. He posted it. He retweeted this one. This one says, Proverbs 12, verse 16. Foolish people are easily upset, but wise people pay no attention to hurtful words. Kucho bani? Kucho Floyd. So we're open wondering at these secret tonton. And also on the June 16, when Umkhonto weSizwe had a rally, Floyd Shivambu was at a jazz festival. Now, I want to play you guys a clip when Floyd said, I will never leave Umkhonto weSizwe. I will never leave Umkhonto weSizwe. I'm not there for positions. I want to play you guys that clip. You know, there's something that I've learned about Floyd, and I keep on saying this. And whenever I kept on saying this, people used to tell me that, no, EFF, you are bitter. Floyd can lie. Floyd can lie. I'm not against him. Floyd can lie. If he can lie, Mina, I saw him during the elections. You know, even before Floyd resigned at the EFF, I was already like, this guy, man, lied, man. Floyd with a straight face, you know. He was interviewed just before the elections, maybe 2 days or a day before the election, and he said with his own mouth, the EFF is going to be the second largest organization in South Africa. And he said it, the way he said it, I actually believed him. And that time when he was saying all those things of Floyd, he knew that he was leaving to Umkhonto weSizwe, even though we did not know. Ne? He had an interview also with David before the election. He knew that he was leaving that time, but he still was able to make such utterances. And then what happened, another thing that I watched was, during the counting of the votes in IEC, when it was still busy, the last results coming in, he was there. No other people of the EFF were able to go to the results center. It was only Floyd who was there. And he was confident, the metros have not come in, things can still change, wara. Now it makes sense why he was the only one who was brave enough to go there and stay there. Fine, the results came. Still, Floyd carried his head high in confidence, and all along he knew that he was leaving. I mean, he was speaking at a funeral of this fighter, what's his name, Nanen? The one that was shot by the law enforcement guys in I think in Soweto or something, in Gauteng. What's this guy's name, Nanen? This ground force with the dreadlocks. I forgot his name. He was speaking at his funeral, at his, I think, memorial service of Floyd. He spoke so well. He spoke so well of that guy. He was like reminiscing on when he joined the EFF. This was a fight. Like, he spoke so well. Even then, Floyd knew that he was leaving. So I noticed a pattern of him being such a good liar. And when he said that day, sitting there in that sofa, that I will never leave Umkhonto Wesizwe, I was not there for position. And then there's one thing that Floyd does when he lies. He says, he doesn't never laugh. When he's about to lie to you, he says, or when he says something and he knows that it does not mean it, he says, even in that press briefing, when they said to him he must say something when he was being demoted as SG, he says, we would like to. That is Floyd. So let me play that clip where he says he will never leave Umkhonto Wesizwe, Tontoni, he will remain a ground force. I just want to remind you, just before we get to tomorrow, just before we get to tomorrow.
There will never be a time that the EFF will be divided. Joining Umkhonto Wesizwe is the best decision that I've ever taken. It's so far so good in terms of Umkhonto Wesizwe.
So with all those letters flying around, that you've been removed or that you are possibly resigning, let's clarify that. Are you leaving, or have you been told that any moment from now you could be removed as Secretary General of the Umkhonto Wesizwe Party?
So I'm Secretary General of Umkhonto Wesizwe now. Yeah. There is no letter which was written by the president, because there have been people, we don't know where they're from now, whether they're from inside the MK or it's external forces that are trying to sow divisions within the organization. I'll never resign from Umkhonto Wesizwe.
Never.
Even if I'm not in any of its leadership structures. I did not join Umkhonto Wesizwe to lead it. I joined Umkhonto Wesizwe to be a member, to campaign for its ideals and a program and vision, because I think that the manner in which it's conceptualized and how President Zuma get to explain what Umkhonto Wesizwe is to all of us, it's a far much more noble perspective that let us constitute a fresh national liberation movement which will draw the best lessons from the struggles against colonialism and apartheid, from the former liberation movement. We've been working together. I was thinking that for 15 solid years, like literally getting to interact every day for the past 15 years since we started working together politically. So we've been together and we'll be together forever. We represent a generational mission which will never be distracted by anything. And more than being political partners in terms of the political work, we are brothers. It's like as if we are blood brothers. So there's never a time that the EFF will be distracted. So the opportunists, of course, they will try to give whatever interpretation, but we're a solid organization. That is why we were able foundationally to rally everyone else behind the struggle for economic emancipation in our lifetime. And it's a solid program which we are going to sustain until we attain victory of all the progressive forces, not only in South Africa, but in the entire continent.
And I think that is why no one understood us as the EFF people when we said to Bana, oh, Floyd, they don't want to unite. You can't tell us that, oh, Floyd, they want to unite. You can't tell us that. Yeah, and tomorrow there has been rumors going around that they are starting a new organization called Maibui Africa. I mean, even Sophie Mukwena, she posted, you remember yesterday, and said there's a new political party going to be announced, you know. So, I mean, if Floyd was an advocate of part of EFF and other parties joining Umkhonto Wesizwe, why is he going to open his own party? He even said MK is the only viable transport. It's the only viable transport. That's what he said. So if he is leaving, he said EFF was the only viable transport, MK was the only viable. So now he is going to open his party. Yeah, man. And then when Tina Singer, when we don't believe those lies, people come for us. Hey, you are dividing black people. Don't. When we tell people that we know these people, we know what these people stand for. By the way, these things that they're saying now, we don't know them. We know these people. Yeah. So I want to get into the comments. Let's read the comments under Floyd's post. Let's read those comments. Okay. Someone says, thanks, Commander. We were waiting for all this we're waiting all this time, all along. Stand up and fight for the people of South Africa. Someone says, the curtains have closed on this chapter of your political journey, and it's time to look ahead. Shake off the past and get excited for the next stage of your career. We will all make mistakes, it's part of being human. Take a moment to reflect on your experience and what you've learned. Consider the direction you want to take and what matters to you in politics, as this reflection will be the key to your growth and future impact. You've got this. Floyd Shivambu, the country would like to hear from you, especially after the allegations of some of your party members. Truth must be spoken. Someone said, Ubaba never loses, bro. He knew that what he was doing. He brought you in knowing very well it's a humiliation ritual and you fell for it. For once in your life, tell us the truth, Floyd. Exactly. I really hope he speaks the truth tomorrow. For once in your life, tell us the truth, Floyd. We need you to know. We need to know, was it your ambition that made you join Madala, or was it a bigger plan? Yeah, I hope he also tells the truth as to why he joined MK. He has never told us the truth why he joined MK. Someone says, joining MK will forever dent your otherwise glamorous career as a politician. That move was ill-timed and not well thought. To think that you praised the MK as the best ever move in your political career will require you not to denigrate MK should you decide to leave. However, leaving MK is the only thing to do, and in the process of making you a fortune hunter than a revolutionary, you have difficult choices in your presser. The other option is to hide everything from the masses against Amel Cabral teachings. You are between a rock and a pillar. He also said when Amel Cabral says, don't hide anything from the masses. So this guy says it's either you tell the truth or you hide everything from the masses and go against Amel Cabral. Ooh, yeah, ish. So ish, it's hard for Floyd. Someone says, "Good luck, man. You are a very bright recruit, man. You can't continue to allow yourself to be played by people who only depend on politics, similar to Ndlozi. All the best, Inyiko." Yeah, someone says, good luck, Floyd. I really had high hopes for you in the MKP. I saw you as our future president, but the level of arrogance you displayed in handling the Bishiro matter completely changed my mind. I now regrettably believe everyone who complained about you. Someone says, Goro, I am not about the truthfulness part, because you definitely lied when you claimed you have been misled about Jacob Zuma. Surely by you know you lied. It was just a misrepresentation of facts. Someone says, when you have recently visited Major One, the high prophet Bushiru, upon your return, quote Kwame Nkrumah, Amel Cabral, and Ernest Che Guevara, you know you've had a spiritual encounter that will lead to life-changing experiences of monumental proportions. Tomorrow, we will see the manifestations of this. May the opposing forces of the Lord, word, and materialistic atheist maxims of Marx fuse glorious to bright light. Oh, and may VPS pensioners forgive, for forgiveness is the path to salvation. Hey, someone says, if you can start a black civil NPO like AfriForum, but different in ideology and operation, then your value as a public figure can be retained and you will be serving the country well. I don't see any future in starting any political party. Someone says, Floyd, my brother, on Monday it was crystal clear that you're no longer wanted in Jacob Zuma family enterprise. Start your own party. We are ready to rally behind that party as long as it prioritizes South Africans before anything. Talk to the likes of Mike Nkuna to assist financially. Someone else says, oh, Nico, listen, bro, what's done is done. You have an opportunity to craft a new formidable political party with economic emancipation of black people, of black South Africans as your niche, not as anyone's opposition or competition, but as a formidable advocate for our economic liberation. Whatever you're going to say, just remember this, you did this to yourself. Last year, This time, you were well respected, not even a single insult towards you. Well, yeah, guys, the last comment that I'm going to read. I worked with you. I know you are obtuse and aloof. You only want your name only to shine as an intellectual in the discourse of academia and a revolutionary theory. You demonstrated this in the first EFF Researchers Forum in Cape Town 2014. Someone last one says, lol, now you are talking. Let's see if you have the capacity to form your party. Without Dr. Ndlozi, you are just wasting your time. Last sent, bro, where is Ace? There's a lot of comments, guys. Everyone is voicing out their view. Everyone is voicing out their view. So thank you so much, guys, for watching. That was my 2 cents. That was my breakdown of what I think is going to happen. But you know what? Let me know what you think. Let me know if you think Floyd Shivambu is rushing. I was listening to an analyst yesterday who said to Guti, maybe it's time for Floyd to sit down and just think. And not rush. But at the same time, I don't think he necessarily has the time to sit to Floyd. He has to ride on the momentum. Because if he sits and he goes quiet, then people are going to forget about him. That's how people work. They forget about you. So as much as this is rushed, you jump from here, from there, but he still has momentum. People are still curious about him. So let me know if you think what he's doing, it's a good idea. Is it a good idea? Should he just stay at MK, earn the salary and keep quiet? Of course, Floyd can't do that. He wants to be known. Anyway, please subscribe to this channel. It is free of charge. We are on our way to 30K, guys. Subscribe to the channel, and please, guys, if you can support the channel, it is there are details attached. So I'll see you on the next one. Well, I will see you tomorrow when we are breaking Floyd's presser, and I'm jumping up and down because something tells me that tomorrow I am going to be jumping up and down. I am going to be jumping up and down. Anyway, I'll see you guys on the next one. Aluta continua. I'll see you tomorrow. We have a date.